Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, January 24th, 2022. Tanzania's avocados now hit Indian markets. Excuse me. This article is taken from The Citizen. Efforts to find international markets for Tanzania's avocados achieved a milestone after a maiden consignment was exported to India on Friday. This is good news to smallholder growers, traders, and the government alike. Tanzania has already secured permits to access India and South African markets, and now Tanzania Horticultural Association, TAHA, and the government are working to open the China avocado market. Agriculture Deputy Minister Anthony Mavunde said India granted market access to Tanzania's avocados last November. Mr. Mavunde was speaking at the Julius Nyerere International Airport, JNIA, before the Air Tanzania Companies Limited, ATCL, Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner carrying 2 tons, worth $4,000, by the way, of the fruit took off. This is an opportunity that we need to capitalize on in order to up our avocado exports, he said. He said out of 40,000 tons of avocados that Tanzania is currently producing per annum, only 9,000 tons, $18 million, were being exported. Mr. Mavunde said the government had plans to establish a common user facility meant for receiving avocado from farmers, rating and grading them to ensure they meet international standards. Kamal Steel Limited Director Samir Santosh Gupta, who is the champion of the market, detailed how the Dar es Salaam-based company worked with relevant authorities in Tanzania and India to ensure that the latter allows the avocado entry into its supermarkets. Whenever I went to India, I could buy avocados from Peru, Mexico, and New Zealand. While I understand we have a lot of tasty avocados here in Tanzania, that's how the journey started, he said. Despite being largely engaged in steel production, he said the company understands that agriculture accounts for a good share of Tanzania's economy. The initiative of searching markets for avocados, passion and syrup fruits started way back in 2018. We realized that if we are to make an impact in the lives of Tanzanians, then we have no option but to ensure that we get markets for their produce, he said. This is good for our farmers, our transport logistics systems, and good for the economy, he said. Indian High Commissioner to Tanzania, Binaya Shrikanta Pradhan, who also attended the event, said the deal was made possible due to the cordial relationship that exists between Tanzania and India. He said Tanzania's avocados in India will be sold at competitive prices because they will be entering the market on duty-free arrangement. ATCL Managing Director Ladislaus Matindi said, "This is an opportunity for us." Mr. Matindi said they had been flying little cargo to India, but more back to Tanzania, at around 8 to 12 tons per flight. To up its capacity in carrying cargo, the national carrier boss said they would next year buy the cargo-only aircraft. The latest move by India is a huge boost for us and the local avocado industry since it opens doors for many smallholder farmers to reach international consumers, said Mr. Matindi. Taha boss Jacqueline McKindy said now that Tanzania had secured the permit to export avocados to India, it is high time stakeholders use the opportunity to the maximum. The market for avocados is growing. The value of the avocado global market stands at nearly $7.5 million. 3 times compared to the past 3 years, revealed Ms. McKindy. According to the Tanzanian Private Sector Foundation, TPSF, in 2018, Tanzania exported 7,551 tons of avocado with a total value of only $8.5 million to Europe, Africa, and Asia. And it is true, the avocado industry is booming. And during the pandemic, last year, I think it was early last year, it was hard for restaurants in the United States to source avocados, which are used in a lot of plates in restaurants in the United States, a lot of Mexican food, etc., because it's very healthy. So if Tanzania and other African countries had access to the American market, they would have been able to take up that slack, because the restaurants didn't have enough avocados for their customers. But more importantly, what Africa needs to do is trade with itself. And I mentioned this in another article today. And we need to connect our countries with roads and railways, because our intra-Africa trade is only 16% of all exports of African countries. So we're exporting more to other countries. We can export to each other. And, so we need to create markets on the continent, because we have a booming population. We have 1 billion people that can buy, and it's only growing. So we won't need India. We won't need China. We won't need these other countries. We'll just be selling them our excess avocados. We need to create markets that already exist, really, on the African continent. But we need to be able to reach them by working on our infrastructure. So working on our infrastructure is the first order of business. It's not trying to sell tons of avocados to Indians. We don't care anything about Indians. Let's work on Africa, but we need to work on our infrastructure to connect.